when one arm or the other two arms are subservient to the other arm, then it makes democracy very uninteresting. It makes it not what it should be.
But let me for example, the project is not going for me. When I became minister, I told them I gave 100 million naira. No problem.
Parliament is so that flexible concept democracy, therefore, all attempts to make to guide and guard is independent.
People having opportunity, but not making the best use of it.
Our own democracy is African democracy. Let us work together as a family.
We want to look forward to a country where the infrastructure plays and are working, function.
They were there. The former president was there. I know so many of them who are there. We passed all these resolutions legally. That's what I told you earlier. Is finding excuses not to do the right thing. Finding excuses to continue to oppress the South as against the North. Simple. I asked Kumasi at the conference. I said, you are running a federal system like America. Have you heard of the Inspector General of Police in America? You say you are federal. I asked him at the conference. Let him answer it now. When we say our document is fraudulent as being federal, let him tell us that all these things they are doing, they are tenets of federalism. That is what we are pointing out. So, at the tail end of the conference, they came out and said they didn't support any. Kutuki, who is from the north, challenged them at the close. He called them because they made a statement towards the end of the conference. When we assembled again, Kutuki asked them, which part of this resolution did you not suppose? Because Kutuki did wonderful thing at that conference. Every resolution in that place, we pass every day. We pass a resolution to support it. You agreed? Yes, go. One by one, all those 600 resolutions were passed unanimously. You see the date and everything there. You were there. Let them deny that it was not unanimous. It was an aftermath. You see, their problem is the minorities in the north, whom they have been oppressing, who were given states under the constitution, who got their freedom under that constitution, they believe they will join them to oppose when we are going to vote. So they were overwhelmingly defeated. When the question is put, the overwhelming yes carry this thing. When they say this is not legal, they should come out. Is it the legality you are talking of or the impropriety? All these things I'm pointing out as being wrong with the constitution they are operating. Let them deny that it's not so. It is military, it's not our constitution. And they created local government arbitrarily. Let them tell us it is not so. As an instance, Lagos and Kano were identical in population. They created another state out of Kano, make it Jigawa. They created about 770 something local government in those places, and Lagos, with which they are identical, remain 20 local governments. And they now say we are going to divide our revenue on the basis of local government. You see the fraud ab initio. You see the cheat ab initio. And this is under the constitution. Some people say we should continue to live in without complaint. This is the constitution our brothers of the north are saying we should come in. We have been feeding the north all along before amalgamation. We agree. But now you should have grown enough to be able to stand on your own. We are now saying any resource of your area, the owner of that resource should take 50% before you die. Now it is the military again that stipulated the awkward distribution we are having now. One of the bases of distribution of our revenue now is land mass, whether the place is productive or not productive. Population, which you can't find, which have now been told by the colonialists that they cheated or they only loaded in the face. All that is known now. Those are the bases you are now distributing. As a result, even the VAT collected in Lagos, they take it to Abuja, they take the majority, they are giving a pittance to Lagos. That is what Ayo and Co are supporting by not supporting it. That is what is operating now. The electors in Lagos should know. This is what we are opposing that we do. That should no longer be. The capital, all the tax that we are obtained on drinks, or custom duty on drinks and all that, we share it now on the basis of population and all that. This one, Chief Aulo has criticized and accepted and warned before when they are deciding before independence. He asked Saldana and said, well, why should we share revenue from tobacco? You don't drink, you don't smoke. My people drink and smoke. If any disease arises out of that, I am to take care of it. You have no problem. Why should we take care of us? It was on that basis, all those bases were, they now say, well, you take majority share of your revenue. This is what the military has reverted. This is what Ayo and Co now are supporting as you continue. Although he opposes when I don't know for what reason he's not opposing, he's supporting it now. It was on this basis that he took Obasanjo to court. You see, the record is there. Why now he has now developed cold feet himself and his party, in spite of the fact that the party deceived the electorate on the chain one, included restructuring in their manifesto, and then turned cold, and then they say, well, any constitution that says restructuring is now in the archive. So it's just unfortunate for the country. And until you do restructure this country, you won't get peace. There's no reason harassing the Biafra people. It's because they feel cheated. If they are sure that they'll be treated equally, all these inequities will be solved, then Biafra will die down. They die down. And those of us who are talking of restructuring, we are the constitutional people who want this country to stay in peace. The Biafra people are the impatient youths there who believe, we say we should restructure so that we should agree on how to live together. Say, no, if you are not going to agree on how, if you are not going to settle how we are going to agree together, we are not going to live with you. That's the bottom line of Biafra. Not that they want to go. Just as there is a splitting in the Yoruba land too, you are hearing of the Republic. It is those of us who are now coming down the way when you have restructuring, all that will die down. They are there. So if they see things that they are dealing with Biafra and all that, if they don't deal with this thing, Avengers are crying. All because what no. Nobody will have to live under a constitution that you feel cheated. You are going to employ under this constitution. You should have experienced it. Your children going to school now, it is not the standard they admit them, the government school that they admit people from the north, where they stipulate 100%, 50% for you in the south. Anybody with 20 or 25% will go to their secondary school. That is what is happening under this constitution. That is what we want to change. That is what Ayo and APC are opposed to now, that the cheat must continue. Somebody want to break the country. Give us a structured Nigeria under a federal constitution. Any party you can do your any party. But let us settle the question of nationalities. The basis of living together, let us settle it. You can't live together on the condition stipulated by a section of the country, which is the North. That was emphasized. What they are saying now is, oh, our unity is, even this say our unity is not negotiable. That is nonsense. Borderdash. There is nothing more negotiable than the unity of this country. Obasanjo has been saying it and I've been telling him it is wrong. We are going to negotiate how we want to live together. Or we are going to accept living together, not negotiable, on the condition stipulated by the North. The unity of the horse and the rider. Where they will be the horse, the rider will be the horse. No good. Nobody will accept that. So my own plea to the acting president is doing so fine. He should not like to be politically correct by singing the song of the northern partners in that coalition. The other members of the coalition from the south in that coalition APC must be courageous enough to remember that they are to protect the interests of their people. Under this constitution, they are oppressing their people and they are condoning it by not insisting that the country must be restructured now.
Let me take you to the recent meeting you convened here at your residence regarding the call by northern youths that the Igbos should leave the north by October 1. What was the crux of that meeting?
That is consistent with our stand. We don't support that. Where the northern people, don't be deceived that the northern youth. Will you say Ambo Abdullah is a youth? Will you say he's an illiterate? He was the former vice chancellor of the university who supported them. They are not. That is the view of the North. That is what we are not going to accept. We are only emphasizing what we are saying that no. And what have they done to these people who say they should go? If you are keen about Nigeria being together, you are now telling us that it will be together. You don't want part of the founding units of the Federation. Are you listening? They even go further in that letter. Not only that the Igbos must leave the place, they will not be in the Federation where the Igbos will be in. Not even if they don't come to the North again, or that if they even agree say not to come to the North, but they want to be in the Federation, they won't be in that Federation. You see, they are laying the condition for us. You see the insult? Because we are amalgamated without our consent, without our approval. Now they want to dictate to us how we are going to live together. It will not work.
So how do we begin to address these issues to ensure that we remain as a united country?
My dear, the government and the press and many of you are pretending as if you don't know. We say restructure the country, come together and implement this thing. What is special about that? And we refer to the fact that we have done, that is how we started. That is what our founding fathers gave us. What are you telling? How do we begin? You are only pretending. The acting president is a lawyer. He knows what is federalism. He's a leading member of the APC. He knows that restructuring is part of their manifesto. They have just been dishonest.
So do you think there's any political will on the part of our politicians to do this restructuring?
What do you mean? Or political will on the part of the government, don't say the politicians. Those of us who are asking for restructuring are politicians. including those who are in the government now.
They are also politicians.
They are politicians. They put it in their manifesto. You see, this is why I say to some of you president, you are not doing us a favor. You are the fourth estate of the realm. All these things you should be pointing out and correcting all the arms of the government that are not going straight. You should be asking the APC, is this instruction not in your manifesto? Or you use it to deceive the people? You are not saying that. You are only emphasizing with them, those who want to break, the Biafra want to break, they want to break the country. You don't ask the question, why do they want to break? And they go to the extent of saying, the men of them are not born when Biafra was fought and all that. Yes. But it only shows you that the problem there that caused Biafra then is in there. What happened is the marginalization of the East and all these defects in the Federation, they are complaining. And their parents tell them, that was what led to Biafra. That was what the Duke was fighting for. Is that what caused, we better go back there? When you hear on Aburi, you say, what does Aburi mean? So the people know, we know our problem, we know the solution. Is the unwillingness, the political, lack of political on the part of the northern component of the government. And I don't know what is it, the legacy party in that government. I don't know, those of them are not from the north. I don't know what is it that's supporting it. They want to be politically correct. If they are politically correct, then they are part of those who deceive the electorate. Do you get that point? Any member of the South in APC, in this government, that is opposed to restructuring, they are part of those who deceive the electorate before they were elected. They are not representing their people. And they are collaborating in cheating their people, particularly the people of the West. All these things we have gone out. It was because revenue was based on derivation that our law was able to do a lot of things in the West. The marketing board was breaking down. Everybody had his own share. The North had more percentage because of the granules. The West had 50% because of cocoa. When we get to this type of the things that really irritate those of us who fought for independence, there is no need for it. It's a matter we have settled. The time we should use now for progress is what we are using to settle what we have settled. So I'm not an ordinary Nigerian who don't know where he started from. My children are suffering now for no just cause, because those who inherit the independence we give them have made no sense of our thing. And our children who are with us are collaborating with our oppressors. It's sad.
Let me ask you for your response again to a statement made by a former vice president in this country, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I'd like to quote him. Quote, the number one problem militating against the progress of Nigeria is her lack of unity and not corruption. End of quote. How do you respond to that?
We are not united. That is correct. How can we be united with the not cheating me? So that's why I say all these are part of preaching. Why are we not united? Why are we quarreling? If the North has followed what Abubakar has been saying, even before the Constitutional Conference, that let's go back to regionalism as we had before independence, all the problems will not be there. We were in peace during the First Republic. Go back to it. I said it before. There was no crisis after independence until the military destruction of Nigeria. Go and falsify that statement by giving me instances of disruption. All the disruption, coup, this and that, was after the military destruction. When you don't have a stable government, without political stability, you can't have peace. You follow me? I'm giving you the geometrical theory. Without political stability, there will be no peace. Without peace, no progress. Simple. No stability. There can be no stability if there is no fairness in the way we administer ourselves. We can the two work together as they said they agree. You want me to agree with you when I see that the terms of agreement with you is not favorable to me. It's a simple logic. I want to leave you with this statement. I'm challenging this government led by Buhari. If they are sincere about keeping this country together in peace, they should implement you should structure the country. Failing with, it means that they want to impose. The corolla is that failure to restructure is determination of Buhari government and APC to impose a military government on the country. It is not our constitution. The constitution that everybody says is not favorable to us, but very, very favorable to a section of the Federation, which is the North, which was made under their regime. The situation is clear. We should answer this question. This constitution he has refused to change, did we make it? Is this the constitution our founding fathers gave us? Why is he reluctant to go back to the constitution our founding fathers gave us? Can he be more northerner than southerner? Let him answer this question. Let Abdullahi answer the question.
You talk about the military, so I'd like to ask you if, in your own opinion, the political class has done enough to keep the military permanently in the balance.
You read that question, and the military have been ruling ever since. You see, you are opening another page. And I'm not afraid to add that. The military are still controlling us today. When they did it, when did they cancel Abiola's election? That was setting the matter. They said no. If you listen to Babangida recently, somebody interviewed him on this U12. Say, why did you? The lady who interviewed was very good. What is the reason? He said some people are opposed to Abiola. They say they will kill him. And he mentioned that David Mark said they will shoot Abiola if he's his church. That is why they didn't execute the mandate. Is that the question? I listened to go and play that record again, the interview. Till today, Babangida has not been able to give us any satisfactory reason why that election was aborted. Till today, this government has not been able to tell us how Abiola died in their custody. This is what we are living. And in order to cover their track, that is why when they leave, they didn't implement it. They say, well, the Yorubas are complaining. They gave us a Shoneko. The people, they should know the Yoruba people are. Shoneko is a first-class person, but it was not our choice. That is the problem. Not that Shoneko was bad, very experienced, a brilliant lawyer, and everything. But it is not the people's choice. They just thought, like they do in the North, follow me, I follow you. The moment we give them a Yoruba man, they keep quiet. It is not satisfied. When they found out not to be satisfactory, they still want somebody they will control. They went to the prison and released Obasanjo, pardoned him, and financed his election to become our president. And therefore, he started to cover their track. That's what we have been having ever since. If this country were to be really independent and severe and be a civilian administration, all those who are ruling us today should be facing Nuremberg trial. This is the only country where those who stage a coup become part of the government after the coup. Go and think about it. You are young men. All the young men shouting, we are young, we are young. You are so reactionary. Those who staged the coup are now members of our Council of State. Those who should be facing Loretta trial. We have read in this country, but people, even after 50 years of coup, they face trial. But their own country, they now dictate. Even right now, they are now settling quarrel within politicians. You step down. You don't control. Shame. That's why I tell you. Don't tell me the leaders. The followers in God. The followers, you open your, those who, lawyers, doctors, all those SCA in our country. They don't say anything wrong. In those who say they who disrupted our progress. You now honor them by being member of Council of State. They are still adding money and everything. Encouraging those who can stage the coup. To stage the coup now is no longer treasonable. You only have to succeed. The moment you succeed, you're a hero. That's what they are showing us. It's a pity. I'm an embittered old man because I know the beginning. All this ramshackle and all that. When Okaku attempted to dislodge Babangida, all those they mean that they did not kill them. Why didn't those who staged Okaku, why didn't they bring them in party and they make them Major General? Mr. Amasi, this is the question you ask the electorate of this country. At 89, I can't be bamboozled again. At 89, you can come tomorrow, organize an executive coup, and finish me. I'm not too young to die. That is why the truth must be told that we are in a mess in this country. The leadership and the followership are conniving at oppressing the people. We claim to be having a civilian regime. Those who truncated our regime, they are now ruling. They are now part of the government of a so-called civilian regime. Even the man who was a beneficiary of all these things, Obasanjo, what has he done about Abiola? He's afraid to do anything for it because his backers are those who are opposed to Abiola. Till today, the Yoruba man being in office because of this constitution, they are afraid. They don't want to offend any northerner. Not that they don't want to are afraid to do the wrong thing. To do the right thing that will offend the northerner, he won't do it. Even if it is against their own people. It's a shame.
Well, you talk about June 12. Let's look at that in the history of Nigeria. How do you say June 12 is affecting Nigeria as things are present?
I said, when you are revised to June 12, I said, well, you are resolving that matter. June 12 shows really that the North doesn't want any Southerner to be president.
So how's that impacting on us today?
That's what's still happening now. The North does not want any Southerner to be president. If they are going to have any Southerner, it will be a Southerner they'll be dictating to. Any Southerner does not obey their directive, we will have peace. Because they control the army. Right now, Buhari has made sure that all the strategic and security positions in the country are held by northerners. I challenge you to put me to the contrary. Let Buhari deny. And we are living in a free country. The federation says we are free. We are under bondage. We are under bondage. And all Southerners that are collaborating with him, history will judge them very wrongly. Because they know this injustice is going on. Because they are being given from the cross of the table. They are acquiescing to the injustice, to the oppression They are giving their own people. Recently, they said they want to recruit people to the army or to the police. You remember? What is the basis? Local government. Abi? Which was loaded and in their favor say, go on local government basis. These are all the things in the constitution that we want to. That is why they won't change the constitution. That's why they won't implement the 2014 constitutional conflict. That is why they refuse. They will always refuse to restructure. And it's a pity our people from the south cannot see it because they are given the crumbs from the table. The moment they may, before this election, Obasanjo will tell people from the south, I bring you to the center. I will not be allowed to do part of the center. APC charge you to say, well, for the first time, we are part of the federal government. In what sense are you enjoying being part of the federal government? All the time, they are choosing the second level of the Yoruba in the government. We could have been there. But we had some war times. Before the fourth election, if our Lord chose to, you could have been part of that government. He did not. Unfortunately, our friend from this now refused the offer of Shifawolo in 1959 to serve under Dr. Azikwe. Because NCNC and AG then, they form a majority against the North. But our brothers from the East, who are now having the proper punishment, say they fight to go with the North. That's where we are. You imagine if Fawolo and Azikwe have been ruling this country today. So this is all the background. Nothing in June 12 other than the fact that Babangida said it will not be under him that we hand over the Yoruba land. That's all. Go and he gave an interview recently. Go and play that interview and see whether he gave any reason. It was just that it was later on that called him Maradona. Go and play that. He was playing that Maradona in that interview. The interview that lady was putting that there where will you say yes and no? Yes, this, no. I just said, well, okay, well. You have seen the populace like that. One of the issues, one of the problems, one of the things that makes people like me sad in this country is for a person like Babangida and others now having a say in the affairs of the order of our government. They are now directing us, you do this, you do that, tell the politicians. And politicians are leading to them because they know they control the military. We are not free. We want to stay together. We want the North. But we won't stay together under unacceptable terms, under a term that is most unfavorable to us. That is up to that. Because I remember a friend of mine, Tagwe, as I mentioned, said to structuring his Yoruba agenda. It's structuring to separate the country. And I said, Tagwe Akasa was one of the progressive members of the other elements progressive union before. Because they are now become parliamentary advisor and all that, he believed that's the end of the matter. He was one of those I would have thought, God bless Aminu Kano. I wish Aminu Kano were alive, he would be talking like that. How can you now say because we want equity, we want federalism, it is a Yoruba agenda? And when he was a parliamentary secretary to Balewa, under this constitution, it's not the Yoruba agenda there. That's why I show you that these people just, because they have found our people to be very pliable. Like people now say that the northern youth are the supposed to go. No, that is the voice of the people. Did you hear Abdullah say, even the few governors who have the courage, who pretend to be blaming these youths, Didn't Abdullah tell them, who do you think you are representing? Are you representing spirit? Did you not read it? Is Abdullah a 70-year-old or 30-year-old? So all those statements that they say, go and arrest them, that is the dummy they are selling to the gullible people in the south. The statement of the governor of Kaduna, go and arrest them, go and do that. It's all dummy. It's all dummy. It's like the pretend now they say they are that's my view. I like to be proved wrong. The National Assembly now says, bring the 2014 Act, we are going to go through it. Fine, if they are sincere. Mark my word, though. It's a beautiful step if they are sincere. If it's not a way to play for time, to filibuster. We are talking about it until election comes. After the election, we do it and all that. If they are sincere about it, do it before October 1. Pam. All these things, there is no referendum there. The law is not made for it. The people is made for it. We make the law. If you say it's referendum, what is wrong in you going to the House of Assembly, pass a law for a referendum, go for a referendum and pass it? What is special about it? If it is the will of the people, if you agree that is what the people saw, why are you saying technically? And what constitution are you saying this is not the constitution? We didn't make that constitution, and that is the constitution we want to condemn. You are now binding us by a constitution we say we don't want. Because they will tell you that referendum is not in the constitution. Did you make the constitution? It's like when they say that you go to the National Assembly for the approval. At the Constitutional Conference, we made it clear. The recommendation there is not for the Assembly because the National Assembly was part of the problem we dealt with under that Constitution. Just as we reduced the allocation to the federal government, the corruption you are talking about in the country today is because of the amount of money allocated to the federal government, which they don't know how to use. They have more money than sense to use it. We have brought all that one down, limiting them to the functions that we give to them. These are the things they will not easily approve. All the perquisites of the National Assembly that we have reduced. And you ask them to go and approve that constitution. Send it to the referendum, pass a law for the referendum, and pass it at 220 for the National Conference. Don't ask us to pass the recommendations in the Constitution to those whom we have made the Constitution to reduce their power. They will not do it.
So let me ask you to react to the recent allegations made by Mustafa regarding the June 12 mandate, where he did say that some Nadeco and Afenifere leaders were compromised.
The part of this what we are having in the country, people should have been locked up and not still talking. When Mustafa is working freely, and the Babangida is working freely, about a year or two after the 19, Babangida won't come to the south. He knew the mood at that time, but we have become so pliable. We have forgotten what led us to this place. How can anybody tell Al-Mustafa, who is alleged to have masterminded the killing of Abiola's wife, to say anything that is reliable, dependable, or believable in this country? For anybody even to listen to him. Somebody should talk and say, you talking? Who are you? Who's talking? I won't respond to Al-Mustafa Sunday. Al-Mustafa is one of the insults that we're having in this country. People who should be kept on the position of permanent shut up. Because of this problem for us, they are now telling us some people did this, some people did that. What should we expect from him? one of those who should be facing the Rainbow trial.
So let's go outside of politics, and I'd like you, as a lawyer, to look at the recent reinstatement. The recent reinstatement of judges by the National Judicial Council, after allegations were made against those judges that they were corrupt. I'd like a reaction to that.
They were tried and they were free and they go back to their work. All these people are playing lip service to wiping up corruption the way they did it and all that. I don't believe it. I want corruption to be wiped out. But as a lawyer, I will never support anything that will ignore the rule of law. The moment you ignore the rule of law, you and I were not saying, mark it. The moment you ignore the rule of law, which was in existence when Buhari came in the first coming, this is what he's repeating now. He just does anything he likes. That is why they say that the court says, leave this man, and they say, no, you don't know how much is true. That is not the thing. The moment you abandon the rule of law and revert to the rule of man, then you are looking for chaos. Nobody is safe. They could come to me tomorrow and say, because of what I have said, and I think I insulted them, go and shoot him. You don't have to ask, why? What has he done? The rule of law, what the rule of law means is that before you accuse or condemn somebody, there must be a law that he has offended. You understand? Rule of law is not a magic thing. What it means in simple terms is that nobody is arrested or convicted or done when there is no law, he has offended. That is one of the things against Buhari in the first coming. You know, he killed some people with a retrospective action. They committed an offense which does not carry the death penalty at the time. But by the time he came in, they have not punished them. He made a retrospective law it was after he came in, he passed a law for carrying to be death penalty. And then he made that retrospective to involve somebody who did it when that law was not in existence. That's the rule of man for you. You see, if people don't understand this, it's not that if anybody still give him the boss punishment. Anybody who offends the law, let him have the maximum punishment that the law requires. But to punish somebody outside what the law provides, or to take a procedure that is not provided for in our, we are supposed to be having constitutional democracy. Our democracy is stated in our constitution. Anything outside that, if you don't know, so when we are saying the rule of law, we don't say we lawyers that want to make some noise about that thing. The rule of law is the protection for the masses. That nobody can oppress you. You have your freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of anything. If there is no rule of law, if you demand something, the type of meeting we had in my house that Sunday, they come and arrest us and say, why are you gathering? And the people who committed the offense that want to separate this country did it under their nose in a Ariwa house in Kaduna. The governor said they should be arrested. Thereafter, they go on the air again. Who bondo? Who they are? And you are still talking, taking that these people, they mean anything other than the fact that we must rule this country according to our terms. That's how God is doing. We have been fighting for independence of this country before he get out of it. I don't know how old is he. Is he about 60 or 50? Can't be more than 60 or 70. So those are the people who inherited that the North is born to rule. The idea that the North is born to rule is what we are resisting. And we resist it to the last man in our last blood and faith. because we are too educated, we are too advanced. In this South, for any blind man could come and lead us.
Let me ask you, sir, as we round up this interview, to just have your quick take on the state of things at the federal level in terms of the management of the health of the president.
It's part of what you are suffering because you are having this type of constitution. It is only your own democracy that your president will be absent from office for about 2 months without an indication of what is happening. Even in Great Britain, the Queen, ordinarily, the Queen being having fever or something, you'll be having a medical bulletin. When the son of the child of Prince Charles, when the wife got pregnant and to deliver, you'll be having medical report, oh, it is at this stage, oh, it's born, you'll be at every stage. Not to talk of somebody sick. If the Prime Minister goes to the hospital for 2 days, they will tell you, oh, he's gone for toothache, he's gone for eye problem, he's gone for this. That is why people know their rights. That's why people know that their leader is their servant. Our own leader is our Lord. That's what is happening. And of course, the spokesman will tell you they have a right not to tell us where he is. They have a right to be ruled by proxy. They have a right to do everything. Well, the followers agree, so you don't talk. All that I'm telling you, many people in the cabinet can say it, but they can't say it because of the thing they are having there. And I can talk the way I'm talking because I'm prepared to die. I'm not too young to die. All those who are in my position can say it outside. They come and kill me in the night too. The government can do it. We have had it before. You are in a serious position in the country. And if people of my age cannot say what I'm saying, we are useless. Because no other person will say it. They will only be murmuring in their houses. Oh, this is not good. See what Buhari has done. Oh, see what this man has done. No. He's fighting corruption and corrupt people surround his cabinet. Nobody can say anything. Those of us who fought for independence for this country, we know what to fight for. This is what we fought for. Of course, those who are there now don't know what is independence.
Let me ask you on the final note, looking into the future, what kind of country would you...
There is no future for us until you have a restructuring of this country. Until you restructure, this country will break up. You don't need a crystal ball for that. And that's why I say the acting president, if he's sincere to keep this public together, he should call those who are complaining. Why are we complaining? What can we do to keep you quiet to be this government? That's what you do. The attitude they are doing now you can do it or go to places can't work. Even Great Britain with Ireland, then they say they want to go there. Scotland. Even Britain after going to European Union, they say they want to get out. Nobody arrested them. People say they want their independence. Right of drug is provided for in their constitution, that freedom of speech, freedom of association. To put it to the public era, they said that all those of you believe that we should be free, say that they don't carry any arms, then that is now a cause for anybody to be talking and say that you don't want to be in the federation. If you are really sincere that as a friend, you don't want your friend to reject you, you call him my friend, what have I done? If you are sincere. You see, what is painful is that there are not many to voice out. Abubakar Atiku is only the single one. Another Colonel Lumar. Another now of note is the late Yusuf, the former Inspector General, those are honest, sincere Nigerians. But they will tell you now that, oh, Abubakar Atiku, because he wants to be president, that's what he's talking about, is nonsense. Abubakar Atiku has been talking about federalism even before the Constitutional Conference. He has been agitated that that's the only thing. And go and read his speech. If they want the ambition, I don't stop him from having his ambition. But for supporting restructuring, for the reasons he has given, I can't put it better. But the other is denigrate him. Oh, no, it's because he wants to be president. Why is he now talking about it now? Or he's talking about it now. Is it right? If it is right, let us do it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't look at the messenger. I look at the message. What message is he giving? Message of structuring to keep us together. Yes, my friend. It's Atiku talking about he wants to be this. That's not my business. You get that point? So you see, you help us to tell our people we're having crisis without any just cause. You're asking me now, how do we get out? The get out is simple. You look at the people who have been agitating for a structure in this country today. The whole of Southern leaders met here a few days ago. They condemned the people who said the Igbos must go. We don't say we too want to go. If this government is sincere about looking for honest collaborators to keep this country together, the meeting we had there didn't follow the so-called Northern youth to say, well, if they said they want to go, we told you to want to go. We say no. Check them, but do this to keep us together. You are asking me for a solution. We found a solution. If they are sincere about it, that is the solution. How do you get that about this problem in this country? Restructure. If you restructure, you'll be surprised about how things will come down way. The cry for Biafra will automatically die. I think that is going to die because they have the autonomy. If the people of Biafra want to be alone, they want to rule themselves. Under restructuring, they have the autonomy. There's nothing more they can get. In addition, now, if it is restructuring, they have the advantage of a big country of a federal nature to which we allocate the functions of federalism. So everything that concerns you, you will develop at your own pace. We all contribute money to maintain the federal government. Not that the federal government will be taking our money and giving us pittance. Yeah. So that's the question. If the government is sincere, don't look for any solution anywhere. Everybody about be talking about solution, and we know about solution. Only you are turning a blind eye. It's like you people say, well, this full announcement, how do you deal with them? What I say is that the Buhari and the federal government does not want to deal with the Fulani people. They are condoning their action for no just cause. If not, I give an example. What stopped the federal government and the police making carrying of arms illegal? Because that is the basis on which they attack the people. They go and attack unarmed people in their villages. You don't take that first step. First, it doesn't take any action at all. They carry arms now and invade the village in their own town, and you keep quiet. And you say there are so many people for peace. The poor Agatu people plan their plan, but they are farming and everything in Benue. You now say to have peace, because we have unity, you should bring your cows of the north to come and divide what they are doing for a living. What type of unity is that? And if they resist, you burn their houses, you rape their women, you do everything, and the federal government that will take us turn a blind eye. That is the type of government Buhari wants me to live in. It will not work.
Thank you very much, sir, for taking time out to talk to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's about all we can take on today's edition of Rumbles. Our guest has been Chief Ayo Adebanjo. My name is Kola Ole Akatoba. Thank you for staying tuned. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.